because obviously if you're struggling with, you know, mentality or anything like that, it's always good to be humbled by a Steve. Not just a Steve. Luigimitsu is a Steve and Min player, I do believe. So they do have that in the back.
They also have a Luigi.
In case any of you were worried.
I think they also have a Luigi.
Would make sense.
Yeah.
Would definitely make sense. But I doubt we will see it right now. Obviously, Curry having a lot of experience. Well, not a lot, but a good amount of very high-tier experience against players like Maze Beans, where they do meet fairly often. So I don't think they've ever fought Maze Beans with the Fox, though, so this is where things are going to get interesting. Luckily, though, with Fox's speed and aggression, CurryGovernor is able to choose when he engages. Does not have to sort of fight Steve on his own territory. Just has to sort of wait, can jump a bit. Obviously, Luigimitsu can take that advantage and just start mining, but luckily, Fox's burst engage options are just so good that really, if you do try to mine, Curry will always have an option, as it's looking pretty good so far. Doesn't quite get conversion.
And I feel like you actually touched on a really interesting point I was going to make as well, because Fox is a fast character.
Oh, yeah.
And certainly kind of Steve's entire thing is he likes having a little bit of space. He's a bit of an introvert. You know, he likes to set up these walls and just mine away. He just wants to do his own thing, you know, not necessarily play the two-player game. You know, he wants to play single player. But Fox can kind of just get in there. He just runs up, he's incredibly fast, and just finds his way in. And that could be quite annoying for Steve because he doesn't get time to mine.
Yep, and you can see, look at that bar, my Smar. All right, nothing in there.
Yeah, exactly. Just like that. Already sort of Mitsu spawned in and Curry just legged it across the stage, jumped over that stone wall and just said, you know what, you're not going to mine anything.
Yeah. That's what we can do here. Just got his little platform there, just hanging out. Unfortunately, still just one stone.
Yeah.
He's nothing. He's got nothing to his name right now, as he does have a single iron ready to fly. Finally able to buy a little bit of time right there. Doesn't actually get the punish off the illusion to the face, as a little bit of a DBZ moment. Curry looking pretty healthy right now in terms of stocks, but in terms of percentage, my goodness, he is battered and bruised. Very angry, very rage-driven Fox, and he could have found a tech chase, could have been the end, but unfortunately, Luigimitsu is able to snip that in the bud. Luigimitsu looking a bit more in control in a sense, but still no resources, very unhealthy, able to get a little bit of stage control, trying to beat back the aggression of CurryGovernor, but just quite not enough.
Yeah, you can see there that Mitsu is like desperately trying to find somewhere to mine. Like, you can see him just sort of trying to bat away with the jabs. Like, just please get away from me, just for a second.
Leave me alone.
I need something. And Curry was just not having it, and then of course just seeing it up there to take the stock, and again it's just not really slowed down since. It's just more and more damage is tacked on here. Mitsu is not being given any space, any time. He's got 2 blocks of stone to his name. He's going to make some materials, he's going to make some swords and weapons, but it's just not going to be hitting the same as a diamond or gold.
It's true, it is true. The one thing I can give Luigimitsu is, like, he doesn't have any resources, but he's using them well enough that he'll put 1 block down, and that just stops Curry from using dash attack. You know, so they have to pick an aerial option every time, which is fine, because the Fox love their short hops. But you are at least limiting something, as just trying to throw minecarts was powered, could have done something. Another one coming through as well, but to cover it with water, as well as just finally catching it. There's the dash attack, actually connecting with the crafting table as well to find a punish.
Yeah, no, it was very nice for Mitsu, actually, just kind of recognizing that, well, yeah, fair enough. But yeah, regardless, it was last off for Mitsu, and then just kind of exploded afterwards.
I like to think this is the one competitive game Sakurai would watch. Somehow he's just tuned in and he's watching. And he's like, "Damn, we should release a patch." Steve's kind of bad. He should spawn with full resource bar.
Steve's kind of slow. Maybe we should
bar.
Speed him up a little bit.
Fox, I've tried to neuter this guy 4 games in a row. How do they keep getting away with this?
I feel like there's always the debate as well, as like who is the strongest kind of Smash character overall across all of the games, and some people do lean towards either like the sort of Actually, hang on, I'm gonna get back to that point in a moment. And it was more of a bit than anything. Why is there a Kazuya here?
Because it's Luigimitsu, and Luigimitsu brings the nonsense.
I heard there was a Min, there was the Steve. I'd heard there was a Luigi. I did not have anything on the records to say there was a Kazuya as well.
Where there is smoke, there is fire. And where there is Steve, there is Kazuya, all right? You cannot escape Fighters Pass 2. It's like a disease. It's like the venom, my guy. As looks like the Kazuya is here to play. Some fabulous movement coming out from Luigimitsu as well. Not quite sure why they went off stage, however. Maybe they were just feeling themselves a little bit too much. Yeah. However, these dash attacks have been unlocked. They are back. We're going to see right there. Great spot dodge. Put his heart and soul into that to get that punish.
But again, you know, I'm going to sort of make the same point I actually made for Matt as well, where I do feel like you need that one game, you know, to kind of, again, get warmed up as Kazuya, because certainly he's just a character who sort of archetype is very, very different to someone like, say, Steve, you know, who you've just been playing for an entire first game, and then you've got to swap to someone who is pure inputs, and, well, fair enough.
Didn't
I'll
quite
be quiet.
get the tech chase
I'll be
punish.
quiet.
Yeah, Luigimitsu obviously putting a little bit of hurt on right now. Going to see if they can get a touch of death. Not quite there, though. A bit of a mismatch in terms of options, as trying to force him off stage. Trying to find it, didn't grab the ledge.
Yeah, that is always one of sort of Kazuya's issues. He doesn't quite snap to the ledge always. Just going a little bit too high there, and Curry, of course, recognizing that he's going to take the stop. But the grab comes out.
That grab range, by the way.
Ugh.
Wow. Now that's
disgusting.
You got to keep on your toes there, brother, as a good jump to avoid any kind of grounded option. And hey, that's basically every option from Kazuya, so it's good to just keep short hopping. As forced up into the air, thought we can see an up tilt, but instead just wanted to force Kazuya off stage. I do respect it. Oh, good mix up right there. I like the weight as well, just forcing Luigimitsu. There's the footstool.
No. That's the Smash 4 classic right now. I remember losing many stocks to that stupid footstool into the forward back in all those days. And of course, just coming out there just to make us all feel nostalgic as Curry takes that stock away and is not really slowing down, just trying to find these landing neutral airs to get something started. And of course, it's always quite an issue for Kazuya if your opponent is just kind of walling away in front of you, you know, for you to try and do anything.
It really is that easy for Curry at this point. Just look, they're just waiting for Luigimitsu to whiff something.
Yeah.
They just sit there, they just threaten constant short hops, constant little tiny nairs, auto-cancelling into the ground so they can just wait for something to go wrong. And it's working. CurryGovernor had a rough first stock, but my goodness, they've just got it. I like the weight, could have been very fancy, but it doesn't matter. You don't have to push your advantage that much, as immediately that kills.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, Fox is not a heavy character by any means, but lovely response from Curry. Not worried in the slightest, even being at 0%. Just gonna say, all right, up smash time.
The Fox going very, very well so far. Obviously, Kazuya, I mentioned a little bit earlier, Cloud is a character. I think, you know, Cloud and Joker, I think two characters, or even controversial, Cloud, Joker, and Inkling, I feel like three characters that everyone just kind of comes pre-built with matchup experience in.
Yeah.
Just from playing the game.
Yes.
Right? Just from wherever you go to your locals, wherever. Kazuya is starting to become one of those characters, all right? Especially if you go to your locals, all right? You have to adapt or die against these characters because they are swarming the lower pools.
Well, this is kind of the thing about sort of the Fight Pass 2, especially Kazuya and Steve, is that at this point in the game we're at, we do just need to be learning the matchups. And every player, you know, you can complain about it all the same, and, you know, certainly we're starting to see Steve bans here and there, but end of the day, you're going to face up Steve or Kazuya at some point.
Or a Min-Min.
Oh,
that actually works.
And you gotta be ready because something like that could happen, Nutmost.
Yeah, absolutely cannot let your guard down. I know that Curry does, you know, Curry likes to play aggro. Curry's just a big fan of actually being able to play the game. So I understand that he can have some reservations about, you know, that play style of waiting for Luigimitsu to whip something and then getting a nickel and then getting a dime. But that's probably a humble reminder that he does have to keep an eye on some of this fromage coming out. As we can see if we can get a touch of depth. There we go.
Yeah, but he is going to make it back. It was a solid attempt. There you go, the taunt coming out as well. Curry feeling it. He wants this Kazuya put in a grave. He wants it sealed up right now, and he's definitely not going to be falling down with him. And of course, this does actually give Curry a bit of an opening. You know, good stall as well.
Great stall.
And I think, actually, the crazy part about that stall as well is I don't even necessarily know if it was for something like the down smash, because I don't think Luigimitsu hasn't thrown that out at all in the set so far. You know, so, you know, Curry just kind of stood out waiting for something, and it was just very, very smart, and it worked out perfectly.
Yeah. Great grab right there, forced up. There's the dash attack. Oh, I like the option, just barely falling a little bit too slow right there, as there's that dirty angle. Luckily, Fox able to make it back just barely. Oh, forced up, missed tech. That's got to be it.
Yeah, no air dodge going to save you from that one. That worked out very, very nicely for CurryGovernor there, as he does take Luigimitsu down to the final stock. Going to get something going here. Keeping that shield up, just going to keep yourself safe from all of those moves, but the up B will connect to take us down to that last stock.
You're not the only one thinking keep yourself safe right now. If I were Luigimitsu, forced out once again, just a little bit of a shine, just to garner a little bit more information before making it back. It's not like you're going to be threatened that far off stage anyway, and if it is, it's going to be very telegraphed. So Curry very feeling confident for himself.
course, this really does just come down to if Curry can sort of keep these kind of small little hits up, find these sort of, keeping up that pressure in front of Kazuya's face, or if Luigimitsu will find that one opening, something like a side B, to connect it, or even sort of a trip could spell disaster. But right now, it's looking very, very good for CurryGovernor. Does take Luigimitsu down, but it's gonna be the down B, and
what?
the game as well. Are you kidding me?
Oh, that's gotta be a heartbreaker.
Yeah, I know. Well, you have to wonder, because I don't know if I necessarily should have killed a 64.
Well, that's the game we play there, brother. Luigimitsu holding on, keeping calm, keeping composed.
But regardless, the game did say game, so that is one on the board for Luigimitsu.
And that's not only one on the board, that's the one. That's the only not 3-0 we've had all Wave B on stream. Yeah, let's go, Luigimitsu.
Yeah, Wave A had so many game 5s, and we've been having those 3-0s.
We're on the speed run right now, as looks like Curry is going to have to take it a little bit more slow and progressive. But great strings. I really love this cross-stage stuff coming out from Curry. Very cool player to watch. Also, fun fact, I don't think I've seen a single laser this entire set.
Yeah, it's a bit of a funny one, really. I suppose because there is, I guess, the logic in that Kazuya can just sort of crouch dash through them. So it's not necessarily a threat, but equally, it's a very fast projectile that you can just spam from a distance to tack on a little bit of damage. So I'm surprised that we haven't seen any, to be honest.
That's just the kind of player Curry's feeling, all right?
Yeah.
He wants to go aggro, he wants to go fast, all right? And he is certainly making it happen. There is the throw sent out. Not quite killing just yet. Going to go for an early illusion as well, just forcing him down. Oh, good stuff. Great punish.
Yeah, really nice from Curry just to keep that shield up, protecting himself from any harm, and of course, just punishing on the danger. And that's the Kazuya special right there. Just do ya.
But watch out for it. The dash. Oh, a tough guy through it. Could have been very scary. And there's just not a whole lot Luigimitsu could do to beat out this sort of like jump option that's repeatedly coming out. It's a Fox classic, but Kazuya just can't chase him up there. So you just got to be patient. You just got to not commit too hard. Wait for a window, wait for an opening, and that's exactly what Curry has been doing as well. Going to force him down. Oh, doesn't quite get the tech chase he wants, but great adaptation, great improvisation coming out from Curry.
Curry is just not slowing down in the slightest. I do feel like sort of Luigimitsu is kind of, at times, just throwing out moves, because I feel like he's getting quite desperate to find this kill, and Curry is kind of sort of capitalizing on that now. Like there, sort of that was maybe a time to keep up the shield, kind of just protect yourself. But Luigimitsu is just kind of, get very desperate to find that stock, which he finally does.
Oh, he wants it again.
But, of course, we have been in this position before. But Curry, I feel like, is playing with a new level of gas right now, as he is just not slowing down in the slightest, not allowing this Kazuya to breathe, sending him off that stage and keeping him there for a good while. Finally, the grab comes out from Luigimitsu, though. Up B's not going to kill just yet, a little bit too early, but it is a bit more damage.
You can take your tax. Unfortunately, you've got to beat out that rage as well. A couple of grabs coming through, forced into the air. Ooh, great fair as well. See if we can end it here. If Luigimitsu can find a grab, he might just barely have a chance, but Curry is just infuriated, not willing to put up with this anymore.
There